So welcome to this class, and should we start by having a lie down or a sit, if that's what you prefer, just to find a comfortable place to enable you to connect in with what's here for you today. So as always, taking some time to find that comfortable position. So whatever feels right for you, making sure that you're really tuning into how your body is right now, rather than just getting into a habit of how you lie or how you sit. So it may well be that you start off with your knees bent and your feet hip distance apart, or you could put your knees together and splay your feet out to the sides. Or extending the legs away, looking after your lower back in a variety of ways. Putting your legs over a cushion or a pillow, back of the knees, something in the small of the back. And feeling into the spine and the connection of the spine with the ground. Allowing that awareness to spread out through the whole of the back, the lower back around the tailbone, the lower part of the pelvis, around the middle of the back and the upper back and shoulders. And as you start to feel really supported through the earth, allowing the weight of the body to surrender, surrendering to gravity. And then sensing all the other parts of the body coming off the center of the body. So feeling into the neck and the head and looking after the neck. Maybe with the head on a cushion. Softening into the face, releasing into the jaw. Feeling the weight of the head. And then allowing that awareness to come down to the shoulders, the arms, through the wrists to the hands, the fingers and thumbs. Allowing the arms to feel heavy and supported by the ground. And then gently and softly taking your awareness down through the body to the hips and the legs, through the knees, the lower legs, ankles, feet and toes. The heaviness of the legs, the feet flopping out to the sides. And awareness of the breath in the body. And as the awareness travels around the whole of the body, noticing areas of discomfort or unease. And bringing your attention, or maybe your breath, to these areas, allowing a softness, a kindness to be imbued into these areas. but also as you travel with your awareness around the body, noticing areas that feel soft and open, relaxed, at ease. And perhaps bringing a sense of gratitude to these experiences. Feeling into the whole of the body, and the heart and the mind, as you offer yourself this time and space to be with your experiences just as they are. Feeling into the ebb and flow of the breath. And then starting to draw in more prana, more energy into the body through deepening the in-breath, filling up the lungs, feeling the effects on the body. And as you exhale, a real sense of release and letting go, of soothing the body. So as you breathe in, it's an energizing breath. And as you breathe out, it's a soothing breath. And then starting to very gently move the body and offering you the opportunity just for a couple of minutes to move the body in whichever way you feel it would like to go. So it might be that it's really soft movements, or you may wish to have a stretch. Easing into the joints, the muscles, all the areas of the body, in whichever way feels right for you. Just noticing what your body needs today. Just taking your time to check in with that. Being kind to different parts of the body as you start to move them, as you pay attention to them. And then if you haven't done so already, just bending the knees and placing your feet hip distance apart and bringing the arms down by your sides. The shoulders away from the ears. So you might want to lift up one shoulder and then the other. Allowing the lower back to settle into the mat. It might be that you just bring some tone into the belly button down to the base of the spine. And that helps to connect as much of the spine as possible with the floor. If your head's on a pillow or cushion, just taking that away so that the back of your head connects with the ground. And then we're going to just take a breath in, and as you breathe out, press the right knee away from you, which opens just a little bit into the front of the body. Breathing in, bring it back. Breathing out, press the left knee away. So both feet stay on the floor, gently pressing the knee away, side to side with the breath. And what you'll notice is the lower back comes off the floor a little bit. Easing into the front of the hips very slightly. Just paying attention to the lower back and noticing what's here for you. There'll be a little rock from side to side at the same time as you press your knees away, one and then the other, noticing how that feels for you. And then bringing that to stillness, having a breath in and out, softening through the back, the spine, and then nice long breath in, breathing out, bring the knees up to your chest. Drawing them in, breathing in, the knees go away from you, breathing out, coming down towards the chest. Doing that a few times. Notice as you draw the knees in and you exhale, how much further you can get the knees down. And then as you inhale, you're creating space for the belly to expand as the knees go away from you. And then having a little ease from side to side, keeping the hands on the knees, or you might want to hug the knees, it's up to you. Feeling into that massaging of the lower back, being gentle on yourself. And then coming back to the center, bringing both feet together, slide the hands down. You might want to lift your head up a little bit, but bringing the soles of the feet together, the knees out to the sides, and drawing the feet down towards you. Nice deep breaths in and out, and every time you breathe out, allowing the feet to come closer. Just checking in always with your neck and shoulders. You're not holding on in these areas. There's a softness here. The chin is tucked in. And then on the outer edges of the feet, just holding onto them and going into happy baby. So the feet are coming up towards the ceiling. The knees are coming down towards the ground. And opening into the hips. The shoulders are nice and loose. Maybe have a little wriggle of your toes. Okay, so slowly bring the knees together, give them a hug. And then placing the feet back down on the mat, hip distance apart. Have a pause for breath in and out. And then taking your attention to your hands, your arms, and interlace the fingers. Turn the palms up towards the ceiling, breathing in, really reaching up for the ceiling. As you breathe out, let the arms come behind you as you have a long stretch. With the arms, the knees are still bent, and ease from side to side. So we're opening into the shoulders, feeling into the upper back, using the breath, breathing in the center, breathing out, going over to one side, in the center, and then breathing out, going the other way. And then while you're stretching your arms, stretching the legs away. So pushing through the heels, lengthening through the back of the body as you do that. And then pointing the toes, feeling the stretch through the front of the body. And then just bringing the arms back down, bend the knees once more, hands around the back of the legs, crossing the ankles, and we're going to just rock up and back. Going up onto the shoulders if you're able to. Well done. And next time you come up, staying there. So we're going to, let's come up onto a block or whatever you need to sit on. Lovely. Just to let you know, Neil's over here. So if you're hearing noises, it doesn't make sense. It's because Neil's there. All right, so sitting up nice and tall, drawing in through the core, lengthening up through the spine. Having a little roll of the shoulders to bring them back and down. Good. So just sitting in this posture, feeling your hips opening and the experience of lengthening up through the back, the head coming up into that space just above. So the lovely feeling of expansion through the back, of elevation through the spine. And then taking the hands so that the fingers are pointing inwards and the thumbs are outwards, we're going to just ease ourselves round in a little bit of a circle. So turning towards the left, taking a breath in as you breathe out, gently coming down to the front, around to the side, and then coming back to the center. So as you start to ease yourself around in this way, controlling it through the core. Maybe deepening into that movement each time you go round as your hips start to release a little. Good. And then coming up to the center. Bring the hands down onto the floor, taking a breath in. And as you breathe out, I'm just sliding my hands forwards, bringing myself down. If you can get the elbows on the floor, then do. Allowing the weight of your body to come down towards the floor. Nice deep breaths in and out. And slowly sliding the hands down a little bit further if you feel the hip releasing. And then bringing the hands back, taking them behind, opening into the front of the body. And if you're able to, you can lift the hips up off the floor. So you're pressing your pelvis forwards, opening into the front of the body. Good, just watching the neck. And then gently back to sitting. Swapping the legs over. Notice how that feels a little bit odd. Usually it does. We usually have a dominant side. So we can do all of that, but going in the other direction. So fingers pointing inwards, thumbs out, turn to the right this time, and then ease down and around. Taking care on this side because I suspect that your hips are not quite as flexible on this side. Remembering to ease down a little bit more every time that you go into a circular movement, letting the weight of the body really draw you down. Feeling the breath and how that is. Good. And then lifting yourself back up, feeling through the extension of the spine, hands forwards onto the floor if you can, and then sliding them forwards. Just bringing the hands, the forearms, the elbows, if you're able to, down onto the floor. Let the head fold down and allow the hip to open. Just noticing the effects of the breath in the body, and as you exhale, how that really enables the opening of the hip and the lower back. Sliding the hands forwards a little bit more every time you feel that there's a release, an opening, a relaxation in the hip. Oh, lovely deep breaths in and out. And then sliding the hands back, take the hands behind, open through the front of the body now. Really bringing the hands onto the floor behind, taking a breath in as you breathe out, lift the pelvis up, opening through the front, stretching out through the hip flexors, not throwing the head back too much and placing too much strain on the neck. Feeling the breath in the body, and then gently down. Coming into sitting once more, feeling the lift up through the body and the release in the hips. And then we're going to ease from side to side. So taking the right hand down, the left arm up. As you breathe in, as you breathe out, coming over to the side. And then changing to the other side. So just going with the flow on this one and reaching as much as you feel able to, as we just allow gravity to draw us down towards the floor. Feeling the stretch in the rib cage. And next time you go over to the right, holding it there, let the arm come past your ear. You might want to ease yourself down onto your elbow. Just really letting that stretch happen. Turn the palm up towards the ceiling if you can, which just gives you a little bit more of a stretch. Feeling into that sensation. And then let's go over to the other side in the same way. And this side might feel quite different. Taking the arm past the ear, turning the palm up to the ceiling. Opening into the shoulder. Feeling the breath down the side of the body. Good. And then gently coming back up. Have a roll of the shoulders. And we're going to go into a twist. So take the left hand over to the right leg, the right arm behind. Take a breath in, breathing out, turning to look behind you, keeping that sense of lengthening through the spine. So looking behind, just taking care of the neck. If it's sore, then not taking the head round so far, but feeling the lower back, the middle of the back, the upper back just twisting. And changing to the other side. So ease yourself forwards. Take the other hand across. Have that lengthening feeling, breathing in, breathing out. turning to look behind you. Good. And then gently coming back to the center, have a roll of the shoulders. And just a pause before we move on. So just sensing into what's here for you right now. Maybe let the head go a little bit, as if it's a ping pong ball just bobbing on the fountain coming up from your spine. So there's a softness here. Notice if you're holding on to tension in this area. Aware of the breath in the body. And then very gently, we're going to ease ourselves into a kneeling position. And we're going to kneel with towards the left side of the mat. So if you need to be with the mat along the right side. If you have a problem with your knees, then either getting a cushion to rest on, or maybe having a block or a cushion and sitting on that. So if that's a problem, if it hurts your feet, then putting something underneath your feet. We're not going to stay in this kneeling like this for very long, but it's just to enable you to find the right place. And then we're going to bring ourselves up so that the knees are in line with the front of the mat. And we're going to go into gate. So to get into gate position, you take your right leg out. The foot comes at right angles to you with the big toes, or the second toe, if that's a longer toe, lined up on the front of the mat. And then really noticing where your pelvis is. So you bring your pelvis aligned with the side, long side of the mat as well. Take your right arm down as far as you can, down your leg. Take your left arm up, breathing in, breathing out, easing over to the right. Just really allowing that hand to slide down. Watch the light fittings. And then we're going to go the other way. So breathing in and take the hand down to the front of the mat, breathing out, going over. Move a little bit so I don't knock something over. Good. So as you go that way, just really stretching it through, bringing the pelvis to the front of the mat so that you're not sort of going into a bit of a rotation. And then we're going to transition back. And as you do that, do it as slowly as you can. So you're drawing through the core, let the arm come down, feel the core having to work. Lovely. And then take it back over, sliding that hand down, watching that the left hip stays back. We're not rolling it forwards in any way. Feel the breath. Turn the palm up and notice how that just gives you a little bit of an extra stretch down into the hip. Lovely. And let's do it the other way again, transitioning. Hand to the front of the mat. Stretching out. Drawing in through the core. So really feeling the belly button going to the base of the spine, lengthening through the body. Well done. And then slowly transitioning, feel the core working back up to the center. Bring the knee in and then shuffle yourself a little bit over to the other side. Maybe just have a pause, a roll of the shoulders, shake the hands, whatever you feel you need to do. Just maybe an ease of the hips, one side and then the other. And then bring the left foot out. Toe aligns with the front of the mat. The left arm coming down the left leg. The knees on the front of the mat too, bringing your pelvis there, lifting the right arm up and sliding the left hand down the leg. And you might find that this side is more open or a little bit less so than the other. Just working with whatever's here for you right now. Drawing in through the core. Notice if your tummy's coming out and bring that back in. And then breathing in, just very slowly transitioning as you exhale down the other way. Arm coming straight past your ear, stretching out, really reaching. Like you're reaching for something beyond your fingertips. Beautiful deep breaths in and out. And then remember, as we transition, doing this slowly with the core as contracted as you possibly can. So you're just allowing the weight of the body to work into the center and then easing over the other side. Once more, having a really good stretch. Turning the palm up to the ceiling and noticing how that increases the stretch a little. Just taking care of the neck so you're not holding on too much. And then lifting and over the other side. Press the pelvis so that it's aligned with the front of the mat. Turn the hand. Let the head release so you're not holding in the neck. And then gently easing back up, bringing yourself back into kneeling, either full kneeling or coming down onto your heels if that's comfortable. Have a roll of the shoulders. Just ease into the upper body. Maybe take the head from one side to the other. Just letting the neck release if you've been holding onto that at all. And then ease forwards, tuck the toes under, and we're just going to come into a squat. So allow the lower back to really settle down towards the floor. It might be that you want to separate your feet more, gives you more stability and gets maybe the whole of the foot, each foot down on the floor. You bring your hands into prayer, elbows into the knees. Good, well done. If you can't squat, just improvise so that you're just opening into the hips somehow. And then we're going to come up to standing, if you possibly can, from that position without touching down. So you take a breath in, breathing out, coming up into standing. Lovely, nice moves. Good. And then give the legs a shake. Have a roll of the shoulders. Shake the hands, shake of the feet. And come into mountain. So separating the toes as much as you possibly can. Standing nice and tall. Lifting up through the spine, feeling the piece of string come up through the top of the head. The breath in the body. Any sensations of holding on. Notice what it's like to release these. Maybe the face, the jaw, the tongue, the shoulder, neck and shoulders, the buttocks, the knees, anywhere else. Feeling the breath in the whole of the body as much as you can. And then opening the eyes if you want to, and let's just really roll the shoulders with awareness. So bring your elbows forwards, up, back, and down. Looking after your shoulders, doing only what you're able to do. And perhaps arching the back, the upper back, as you bring your elbows forward. So you're tucking yourself in, lifting up, bringing them back and down. And then changing so that the elbows are coming forwards now. Just moving the shoulder as much or as little as you're able to. Just making sure that you're doing this with kindness. Well done. And then maybe just one roll back. I always like to take them back again. And then separating the feet a little bit to just over hip distance apart and soften the knees. We're going to do a standing cat. Usually, obviously, we do this on all fours, but we're going to do it standing now. So we're going to bring the fingers inwards and the thumbs on the outer edge of the thighs. And just notice what it feels like in your spine. Just see if you can find a neutral position. Shoulders are down. Then take a breath in. As you breathe out, the pelvic floor contracts. You draw the belly button to the base of the spine, round the shoulders, the chin tucks in. And then as you breathe in, the tailbone comes out, rounding up. So creating a curve in the spine, you roll the shoulders back and the head lifts. Repeating that a few times. Really drawing the belly button in and up. Sensing into the spine, flowing with the breath. And you can make this as soft or as strong as you wish. So start to experiment with maybe lifting the tailbone a little bit more and finding more movement in the spine as you take it round. And then we're going to start to move this in a circle. So you're still going through cat, but you're circling the hips around as you go through that flowing movement. So contracting, and then as you take it back, lifting the tailbone, lifting the head. Just really shifting the hips around in a circle. The movement through the spine at the same time. Beautiful. And then back the other way in the other direction. Nice. Good, all done. And then coming back into the center and just very, very slowly lifting back up, interlace the fingers, coming into a long stretch. Your hands up. And then easing from side to side. So hopefully the sides of your body will start to feel nice and free and open. We've got a few side stretches already. Good. Lovely. And then back to the center. Have a roll of the shoulders, a shake of the legs. All right, so we're going to go into a triangle, Trikonasana. And so we need to take the legs to one leg length apart, if that's possible. Turning the right foot out, lining the right heel in line with the instep of the left foot. So having that really good, strong base on which to work. You might want to just take your legs a little bit further apart, a couple of you. If you think your legs are, that's it, Louisa. I think your legs are longer than you think they are. Okay. All right, so let's start off by softening the knee. It's bending it slightly. Notice how that left hip just wants to roll forwards already. We want to draw that back. Taking the arms out to the sides, breathing in, breathing out, reaching to the right, and then coming down to the side. The left arm comes up. If your neck is all right, you can turn to look up at the left hand. Just reaching forward so you're not hanging on to your leg or the floor. It's a real balancing posture, grounding posture, drawing through the core. So there's a sense of real strength here. And then gently ease yourself back up. And let's switch over to the other side. Turning the foot. Drawing in through the core, bending through the knee. Keeping that right hip back. Arms out to the sides. Breathing in, breathing out, reaching first. And then going over. Palms, both palms coming forwards and just looking in the screen. So your arms, if possible, look like one long line. Just checking in with that hip. If you feel it rolling forwards, drawing it back. Looking up at the hand, if that's okay for the neck, but if it's not, just let the head come down. You're not straining the neck in any way. Drawing through the core and breathe. And then gently easing yourself back up. Now, if that was strong enough for you, repeating that again. If you'd like to try it with straight legs, turning the feet around once more, you might wish to just very gently soften into that right knee rather than locking the knee. So you're not going to go down, obviously, nearly as far. Take a breath in, both arms out to the sides. Another breath. Breathing out, reach and over. So looking at the arms, nice and straight, in line with each other. You look like a triangle. Trikonasana. Looking up at your hand, or let the head come down. And every time you breathe out, see if there's a little bit more of a stretch. It becomes quite aerobic, quite warming, as your muscles are working hard. Good. Watching that the hips not rolling. Not too much tension in the right shoulder. And then drawing in, slowly, slowly coming back up. Beautiful, well done. Turning around the feet. So that you have that stability. Softening a little bit, if you wish, through the left knee. Keeping those hips forwards. Arms out. Breathing in, breathing out, reaching first and then down the side. feeling into all the muscles working. Drawing that hip back. And every time you breathe out, see if there's a little bit more of a possibility of going down towards the floor. If the shoulder's sore, just bring the hand behind. Just looking after yourself, modifying whatever you need to do. And then gently and slowly, when you're ready, ease yourself back up. Bring your legs together. Have a little bit of a shake and shimmy. And then bring yourself into mountain once more. So giving your body opportunity to simply rest in standing. And softening through the knees. Bring the hands to the thighs, gently rolling down, and allow the fingers to come underneath the toes, releasing in the head, the neck. Just rolling the shoulders, letting the head go nice and soft. And then take the right arm up towards the ceiling. So you're going into a twist now, looking at the hand as you ease around. Straightening the legs as much as you possibly can. Let the body be drawn down towards the legs. And then twisting. Take the arm back a little bit more every time you breathe out. And then let that hand come back down. Having a pause, both sets of fingers underneath your toes, maybe straightening the legs, drawing your body down towards the thighs, the legs. And then breath in, breath out. The left arm comes up and around, looking at that hand. With strong breaths in and out. The right shoulder is not holding too much tension, but you're using the fingers underneath the toes to stabilize you and enable you to go a little bit further. Notice what that feels like. And then gently, slowly down when you're ready, and then uncurl. And up. Nice and softly, in your own time, coming up to standing. Okay, so we're going to go into a balancing posture, perhaps we haven't done in a while. You're going to need a little bit of space behind you. So allowing yourself to come along the mat probably is the best thing to do. Standing nice and tall, feeling the ground and the breath in your body. You might feel that your breathing is a little bit faster. You've been doing some stronger work, noticing that. And then softening through the knees a little bit. So if your balance is poor today, you might want to find a wall or something to hold on to. And obviously you're going to be looking after your knees as you do this, but bringing your right foot onto your left knee. And then bring both arms up to the ceiling, drawing in through the core. And as you breathe out, we're gently going to fold down onto that bent knee. Take the arms behind, tuck the chin down, just hold it there. So the arms come up as high as you possibly can. You're drawing in through the core. Lovely breaths in and out. Feeling the wobble. Holding it as long as you can. Gently easing yourself out of it. Well done. Having a roll with the shoulders. It's a strong one, that. Okay. So we're going to go and do the other side. So standing up tall once more. Feeling that beautiful lengthening through the spine and a softening through the knees. Bringing your left foot onto your right knee, and the knee goes forwards. The knee's not coming out to the sides, it's going forwards. Both arms coming up, reaching, and then allowing yourself to fold down. Take the arms behind as much as you can. Really lifting the arms up. Palms coming up to the ceiling. Just holding in that position. Feeling the wobble of life. And then gently ease yourself up out of it. Nice one. Roll the shoulders back. Good. Lovely. Have a good shake. And take the feet apart and have a little sway of the hips. Just release into the hips. It's quite strong on the hips, that one. It's nice and gently easing from side to side. And then we're going to just let the arms swing a little bit and maybe tap the feet. So you might want to separate the feet a little bit more. Just let the shoulders go. And then we're going to bring the knee across, maybe bob down in between. This one's especially for Linda, because we know Linda likes this one. And we're going to go into a static posture. Next time we bring the right knee over the left, bring the arm forwards, let the left knee come down, the right arm is it aligned with the top of the right leg, the left arm comes up in dancer. Shiva. Holding it there, if you can. Lovely breaths. Whew. Your legs are getting a good workout today. Lovely. And let's just tap it out. Good. Bobbing down in between. And then start to take that left leg over. And then next time, bring the knee over the left arm down along the left thigh. The right arm comes up, Dance of Shiva. just bending through the right knee, drawing in through the core. Oh. Holding it there. Well done. And then just ease it down. Good. And then coming back into standing in mountain once more. Bring your palms together, resting the thumbs on the heart. And as you stand here, allowing your heart to lift up to the sky. Feeling the warmth in the hands, if that's here for you. Maybe feeling the beat of the heart. Breath in the body. And then opening the eyes when you're ready and very slowly easing yourself down onto the mat. Once you get there, giving your knees a hug into your chest. The head a little bit of a wobble so that you release into the neck and shoulders. And then just for a couple of minutes, like we did at the beginning, allowing yourself to move the body in whichever way feels right for you. So you might want to rock the knees or go into a little bit of a twist. Just feeling into what your body would like to do right now. Taking care of your body, really listening to it, to what it needs right now. All the while, whatever you're doing, having an awareness of the breath. Making sure if you're twisting or doing something asymmetrical that you even yourself up on the other side. And then slowly starting to bring yourself into stillness, just in semi-supine with your knees bent, hands on the belly. Close the eyes, tuning into how you're feeling. And consider what relaxation posture would be right for you this morning. It might be that you want to come up to sitting and do some meditation practice in sitting, or really stretch out in Shavasana, or lift your legs up the wall or something else. So whenever you're ready, putting on your layers and moving into the posture that feels right for you today. Giving yourself this time and space to be with the experience of the movement we've done. You might feel some warmth in the hips, the shoulders, different parts of the body. Feeling into the breath, into the body. Noticing too the energies traveling round the body. Flow. You might feel it as warmth or a tingling sensation. Or simply a feeling of flow or ease. Allow the body to soften, to let go. Feeling into the nourishment brought about by the in-breath and the soothing sensations of the out-breath. Perhaps this is a moment to bring a sense of gratitude to the body, to the parts of the body that we've moved and that you can feel into. We all are very fortunate to have the capacity to be able to practice yoga. whilst at the same time looking after ourselves and modifying as we need to. And then when you're ready, starting to deepen the breath a little, bringing some movement into the body in whichever way feels right for you. Stretch, whichever way, knees to the chest, arms up above. Rolling over onto your side when you're ready. And easing yourself up to sitting. And a gentle roll of the shoulders once you're there, easing into the neck and shoulders. And let's have a lovely long stretch to finish. Breathing in. And allow the arms to just drift back down. Breathing out. Namaste. Thank you very much.